Dear learner, I welcome you to our continuing revision for the KASNEB Human Resource Management CS paper, Human Resource Management. My name is Dr. Evans Sagwa, and I have the pleasure to welcome you to our continuing revision series for the KASNEB May 2017 examination paper on Human Resource Management. We are going to look at question 3 of the paper. Question 3 had 3 parts, part A, part B, and C. Question 3A required that the candidate should explain differences between tacit knowledge and explicit knowledge in an organization, 4 marks. Question B, discuss 3 benefits of knowledge management, 6 marks. Examine 5 advantages of exit interviews to an organization, 5 marks, and the total marks for question 3 were 15 marks. We will start with question 3A. Question 3A. Now, question 3A required that the candidate should explain the differences between tacit knowledge and explicit knowledge. Tacit knowledge and explicit knowledge. Explicit knowledge. Now, before we answer the questions, we should appreciate that tacit knowledge and explicit knowledge are 2 concepts that are used in knowledge management within the knowledge management setting. Now, what are some of the differences that may occur, may be seen between tacit knowledge and explicit knowledge? The first difference that can be there between tacit knowledge and explicit knowledge is that tacit knowledge is knowledge that is held in the minds of the individual, and in this case, this is held in the minds of the worker in a given organization. On the other hand, explicit knowledge is knowledge that is held or contained on databases within a given organization. And this explicit knowledge could be knowledge like information about policies, information about procedures, information about manuals, which may be in hard copy, printed paper, or may also be on soft copy stored in computers. Now, secondly, the other difference between tacit knowledge and explicit knowledge is that tacit knowledge is difficult to share. Whereas explicit knowledge can be shared easily. And now what this implies is that in terms of tacit knowledge, it is contained in terms of the minds of employees. So for you to share this knowledge, then it means you must create environments where these employees can come into teams, can come into committees, can come into groups that can enhance knowledge sharing, but employees will share that knowledge based on their discretion. On the other hand, when it comes to explicit knowledge can be shared much more easily, because if this is information which is on a record like a piece of paper, it can be photocopied, it can be read, it can be relayed on email, it can be sent to workers, it can be put on a flash disk, and hence sharing becomes easy. Thirdly, tacit knowledge. Employees own the knowledge. Ownership of tacit knowledge is on employees. employees own this knowledge and they can either share it or they don't share it. On the other hand, explicit knowledge within an organizational context is owned by the organization. What this implies then is that for you to get access to tacit knowledge, sometimes it may be given at the discretion of employees who may actually have copyrights for this information, or they may own this particular information and it is up to them to share with the organization or not. On the other hand, an organization owns explicit knowledge within an organization, and this might be the property of an organization which may be patented for purposes of this particular organization in relation to that arrangement. Now, the question required the candidate to explain the differences between tacit knowledge, and this could be some of the differences we can allude between tacit knowledge and explicit knowledge within an organizational setting.